Hey friends, Kagis with you, and this is another plus and minus episode. Given everything, you seem to like this format, so we'll continue it. Today I wanted to talk to you about the moped CB400 and discuss its pros and cons. Motorcycle. To start, we'll do some historical background check. The CB400 has been produced since 1975. It was a lighter version of the CB750 motorcycle. In fact, the engine technology of the CB400 was taken from MV Agusta, and it's an 8-valve 4-cylinder linear engine. The motorcycle is very popular in general even today. Just think about it, it's been produced for 42 years. This cycle, meaning that at the time when we were producing in Russia, in the Soviet Union, IZH, Voskhod, Jupiter and Ural and similar, the Japanese were already assembling this 400 on which people still ride today. But let's get to the pros and cons of this model. We'll start as usual with the pros, and the first pro is the price. The price of CB400 is quite shaggy carburetor. Tech one can be defined in the range of 120 to 150,000 at the moment. Yes, of course, fuel injected versions will be more expensive, but that doesn't change the fact that the CB400 is one of the cheapest motorcycles in the 400cc category on our market. The second advantage is spare parts. Yes, the motorcycle is quite popular, so there's an abundance of spare parts for it, similar to the Chinese auto market. There are also plenty of new spare parts that can be found at any dismantling, specifically for the CB. The third advantage is its lightness. The motorcycle itself weighs just over 180 kilos, which is quite light for a motorcycle, because the same 750 weighs over 200 kilograms. Well, basically 180 is quite light. The fourth advantage is that it's reliable. Indeed, the CB400 is quite a reliable motorcycle. Despite the fact that a lot of people learn to drive it, it withstands all of this and comes out on top. You could really say that it's one of the most reliable motorcycles. The fifth advantage is its classic design. Yes, the design is simple, but it's a classic design and it never gets old, meaning that whatever happens, there will always be motorcycles with a classic round headlight. Honda still produces a 400 with the same design, so this design is still in fashion. Now let's talk about the disadvantages. What are the drawbacks of the CB? One of the first drawbacks is that the motorcycle was meant as a student bike, so that folks could learn on it. Thus, you can find many damaged bikes. That's why when inspecting a bike, you need to be extremely careful, because many people learn on Sibishki, and due to its small cubic capacity, the gas is always flawed, which isn't very good. Therefore, it's tough to find one in good condition, but it's possible. The second drawback is a rather old, let's say, design. If we consider affordable sibs, then it'll be a carburetor, it'll lack ABS, lack traction control and all kinds of assists for a young rider. Yeah, sure, you can live with a carburetor, and many think a carburetor is definitely better than an injector. But in reality, let's be honest, the carburetor falls short of the injector on almost all counts. And if the injector was worse than the carburetor, otherwise the automotive industry wouldn't have switched to the injector. The injector is naturally better regardless of what anyone says. The third disadvantage is it's not unique. Some people like something unique like me, but there are too many of them. Every second one rides a self-bike learn. For someone it's a minus, for someone on the contrary it's a plus, precisely because there are a lot of spare parts. The fourth disadvantage is its design. Yes, from one side it's classic, it pleases everyone, but a lot of people choose a motorcycle because of the visual appeal to, say, sports bikes, and they like motorcycles with plastic. Probably need to put a minus here in connection with this. Well, in general, something like this, in fact. In conclusion, I can say that the CB400 is one of the best motorcycles for a beginner. First of all, because there are really a lot of spare parts as I listed in the pros, and its speed is enough to feel confident in the city flow. This is a moped for design lovers too, if you like. If the design fits, then boldly take yourself a 400 excellent motorcycle to start with. That's all for today.